Location: Northern Africa, bordering the Mediterranean Sea, between Egypt, Tunisia and Algeria. Area: Total: 1,759,540 square km. Land boundaries: Total: 4,339 kilometers. Border countries: 6. Algeria 989 kilometers. Chad 1,050 kilometers. Egypt 1,115 kilometers. Niger 342 kilometers. Sudan 382 kilometers. Tunisia 461 kilometers. Coastline: 1,770 kilometers. People and society: Population: 7,252,573 2023, while over 90% of the population lives along the Mediterranean coast in and between Tripoli to the west and Baida to the east. Languages: Arabic official, Italian, English. All widely understood in the major cities: Tamazight, Nafusi, Gadamis. Major watersheds area: Internal Endorheic Basin drainage. Lake Chad 2,497,738 square kilometers. Major aquifers: Nubian Aquifer System, Marzak Tejado Basin, Northwestern Sahara Aquifer System. Economy review: Real GDP purchasing power parity 1 for 7, 9 for 2,2021. Real GDP growth rate 31.37% 2021. Real GDP per capita $22,000 2021. GDP official exchange rate 52.259 billion 2019. Inflation rate: Consumer prices 21.5%. Official name: State of Libya. Dawlat al-Bai. Capital: Tripoli. The largest city. Ethnic groups: 92% Arabs, 5% Berbers, 3% others. Religion: 99.7% Islam. Official: 3 others. Independence from Italy declared on February 10, 1947. National Heritage: United Nations. Total World Heritage Sites: 5. All cultural. Selected World Heritage Site locales. Archaeological site of Cyrene. Archaeological site of Leptis Magna. Archaeological site of Sabrata. Rock art sites of Tadrat Akakos. Old town of Gaddafi. Libya is a country located in North Africa. It shares borders with the Mediterranean Sea to the north, Egypt to the east, Sudan to the southeast, Chad to the south, Niger to the southwest, Algeria to the west, and Tunisia to the northwest. The country is divided into 3 historical regions: Tripolitania, Fezzan, and Cyrenaica, with an area of almost 1.8 million square kilometers, 700,000 square miles. It is the 16th largest in the world. Background: Berbers have inhabited central North Africa since ancient times, but the region has been settled and ruled by Phoenicians, Greeks, Carthaginians, Persians, Egyptians, Romans, and Vandals. In the 7th century, Islam spread through the region. In the mid-16th century, Ottoman rule began. Post-Ottoman Empire: the Italians supplanted the Ottoman Turks in the area around Tripoli in 1911 and did not relinquish their hold until 1943, when they were defeated in World War II. Libya then passed to United Nations administration and achieved independence in 1951. Following a 1969 bloodless military coup, Col. Muammar Gaddafi assumed leadership and began to espouse his political system at home, which was a combination of socialism and Islam. During the 1970s, Gaddafi used oil revenues to promote his ideology outside Libya. supporting subversive and terrorist activities that included the downing of 2 airliners. United Nations sanctions in 1992 isolated Gaddafi. Sanctions were lifted in 2003 following Libyan acceptance of responsibility for the bombings and agreement to claim compensation. Gaddafi also agreed to end Libya's program to develop weapons of mass destruction, and he made significant strides in normalizing relations with Western nations. Unrest that began in several countries erupted in Libya. In early 2011, Gaddafi's brutal crackdown on protesters spawned an 8-month civil war that saw the emergence of United Nations authorization of air and naval force and the toppling of the Gaddafi regime. In 2012, the power was handed to an elected parliament. Voters chose a new parliament to replace the GNC in June 2014. The House of Representatives, which relocated to the eastern city of Tobruk after fighting broke out in Tripoli and Benghazi in July 2014. In December 2015, the United Nations brokered an agreement and established an interim executive body. However, the affiliated political hardliners continued to oppose the implementation, leaving Libya with Eastern and Western-based rival governments. In September 2017, United Nations Representative Ghassan Salami announced a recalibrated action plan that aimed to break the political deadlock. These plans, however, were derailed. A subsequent unsponsored ceasefire in October 2020 helped formalize the pause in fighting rival camps. In early 2021, United Nations initiated agreement, provided Libya with its first unified government since 2014. On December 22, 2021, Libya's parliament postponed the presidential election to an undetermined date in the future. In March 2022, Libya voted to replace the interim prime minister but failed. In late February 2023, United Nations Support Mission announced a plan to enable Libyan presidential and legislative elections by the end of 2023, which is still awaited.